who ready? We ready. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? We ready. Motivation of youth zone. Mentally feel like Kobe. I'm like Jokic with the rock. You physically couldn't hold me. I don't care if you push it 40. You can never little bro me. Euro step like Ginobili. From young OG to the OG. From nosebleeds to floor seats. Circle stronger than Cuban links. My gold dance, your gold plated. You verse me, now that's the reach. We ready. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? Who? We ready. Who ready? Who? We ready. Who ready? We ready. Been ready. I waited. My turn. On God. Hell steady. I keep dropping back to back. I keep going if you let me. I've been sitting at the top, looking down at those who left me. Promise I'm not being petty. I'm the one they envy. Brody moving state to state, make $1 million out the semi. Plus I grind it from the start. I would stack your pennies. I might dip like Machiavelli. After the confetti. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? Who? We ready. Who ready? Who? We ready. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? Who? We ready. Who ready? Who? We ready. Who?
What up, family? Welcome back to the channel. You already know it's your boy Moose Talks Hoops. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit the like button. You already know it's a lot of things in this world that cause, but hitting the like button ain't one of them.
Warning. Moose Talks Hoops is in the building.
My name is my name.
Again and again, that boy Moose is back on the loose. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what to do. Smash that like button and share the video so we can talk some hoops. And first things first, salute to the chat. Salute to the chat. You guys know how I feel about y'all. I got the realest chat on YouTube. It ain't many of us, but less is more. So there's plenty of us, man. Y'all go ahead and smash that like button and share the video so we can get into some breaking news, man. We got to talk about it, man. Will, my guy, I see you. D Physique, my guy, I see you. G Money, I see you. 2 cents with the fire emojis. Tawan Gant, I see you guys, man. Smash that like button and share the video, and let's get right into it, man. Breaking news coming out of the NBA today from Adrian Wojnarowski, NBA insider for ESPN. And the Golden State Warriors and Steph Curry have agreed on a 1-year $62.6, yeah, I said that, $62.6 million extension that'll keep him under contract through the 26-27 season, according to his agent, Jeff Austin of Octagon. And also, according to Bobby Marks, because of the new NBA over 38 rule, the 1-year contract extension is the maximum that Golden State could have offered Steph Curry in this case. Now, guys, a lot of Warrior fans and a lot of basketball fans are seeing this Steph Curry extension and looking at it like Steph Curry is going to retire a Golden State Warrior. And to me, I'm not of that mindset, y'all. I'm not. And I understand Steph Curry is 36 years old, 35 years old, going on 36. And I understand he had 2 years left on his contract. New 1-year extension makes it 3 years from when he'll be a free agent. And you guys are looking at it like it's good news for Steph Curry. That depends. I'm of the mindset that it's good news for Steph Curry if he potentially wants out of Golden State. Because it was just last week. It was just last week that we seen Steph Curry on Instagram remove the Warriors from his Instagram bio. Need I remind y'all? Need I remind y'all? It was just last week. Steph Curry removed the Warriors from his bio. And it was just a few weeks ago at the Olympics when Steph Curry had this to say about the Golden State Warriors' future and their current situation. And I repeat, Steph Curry said, I quote, "If it's a situation where you're a bottom feeder and it's just because you want to stay there with the same team your entire career, I'd have a hard time with that." And looking at the landscape of the Western Conference, looking at where the Warriors fell last year in the Western Conference playoff picture, and looking at the roster that they have, they lose a Klay Thompson. They make some ancillary moves. They get Buddy Hield. They get a DeAnthony Melton. They get a Kyle Anderson. The organization lets it be known to the entire NBA world that they're not moving Brandon Podziemski. They look at him as a future piece, so much so that they didn't pull a trigger on a trade that would have landed them Lauri Markkanen from the Utah Jazz. Now, I know some of you guys are going to look at me crazy. What do you mean Steph Curry's not going to retire a Warrior? He has 2 years left. He just signed a 1-year extension. Let me tell you why. I feel this extension helps the Warriors more than it helps Steph Curry. Now, if I'm the Golden State Warriors, and I understand that Steph Curry is 35 years old, he's expressed his displeasure with the state of the roster. He said he's not going to stay on a team just so he can say he played with one team only. If they're a bottom feeder, if they're not competing for championships. Well, then if you're the Golden State Warriors and you got an inkling that Steph Curry might want out, if he has 2 years left on his deal, you're not going to get the same amount of assets as you would, if there's 3 years left on that contract. And you don't plan on paying that $62.6 million that you just gave him 2 years from now. If I'm the Golden State Warriors and I got an inkling that Steph Curry wants out, this 1-year deal extension gives me the bargaining chip of telling the team I want more assets, because Steph Curry is still playing at an all-star level. I'm going to need more from you if you want Steph Curry. And if you're a team that's trading for Steph Curry, you don't risk Steph Curry walking out of that door and losing assets for a year or 2-year rental. He now has 3 years on his deal. Y'all smash that like button and share the video. Iron Man 32, I see you. Salute to my guy, True to King TV, man. Be on there. In the Zone podcast, FYF Sports Debates with me every Tuesday, 3:30 p.m. He's on the crossover, 5:15 on Wednesday, man. Salute to True to King TV, man. He's a couple of subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers. Y'all make sure y'all get my boy to 1K, man. So to me, I'm not so sure Steph Curry retires a Warrior. Now, I could be wrong. This could be Steph Curry locking in an extra year on his deal. This could be Steph Curry seeing the sun setting on a stellar NBA career. Just completed something he hasn't done before, winning an Olympic gold medal. Was a monster against Serbia, was a monster against France. So this could be a reflective Steph Curry who's just saying, you know what, tack on another year, and I'm going to walk off into the sunset and retire a Warrior. But I got to come back to this quote. I got to. Because you've seen that competitive fire. You've seen that will to win from Steph Curry in the Olympics. He doesn't want to go back to the NBA and be playing in meaningless regular season games where he knows his team doesn't have a shot to win a title. Steph Curry is not dumb. He can look at that Warriors roster, no matter what the Warriors tell you. Steph Curry can look at that Warriors roster and see that this team is not going to compete for championships. You got an older Draymond Green who's rapidly declining. You're unsure of Wiggins. Clay's gone. You're banking on Kuminga being exponentially better than what he has been in previous years. And you're banking so much on Brandon Podziemski eventually turning into some sort of star, which I don't see. And there's proof of the Warriors thinking that Brandon Podziemski is going to turn into some sort of star because they refused to trade him in a deal that would have landed them Lauri Markkanen. So with Steph Curry, best believe he still wants to compete for championships. And I'm not sure that is the Warriors' goal right now. I don't think Mike Dunleavy and that new front office in Golden State, I'm not sure that Joe Lacob and the ownership group are looking at this team saying, you know what? We can still compete for championships. They know what championship teams look like. They've got 4 in the Steph Curry era. They've got 4 championships in the Steph Curry era in Golden State since Joe Lacob and them took over that franchise. They know a championship team. They know what it takes to build a championship team. You mean to tell me the ownership group is looking at this squad and the future of this squad? You mean to tell me that front office is looking at that squad and the future of that squad and saying we can still win championships? No. So when you're Steph Curry and you still want to compete for championships, and you're Steph Curry and you let it be known this summer that you don't want to play on a team that's not competing for a chance to win a title, and you just gonna stay there because you want to retire in one jersey, he's letting it be known right here that he's not with that. Him taking the Warriors out of his bio is letting you know that he's not with that. Y'all think he did all of that as a bargaining chip just to get a 1-year extension? I'm sorry, man, but I'm not of that thinking. I'm not of that thinking. I'm looking at this from totally a basketball and business perspective. And we all know the NBA is business first, basketball second. Smash that like button and share the video. Salute to Miss Terry in the chat with the $10 super chat. She says, missed you, Moose. Much love to the chat. Missed you too, Miss Terry. I appreciate you sliding through here. I appreciate the $10 super chat. Make sure y'all smashing that like button and sharing the video, man. Very appreciated on this channel, Miss Terry. She is an official member of the channel. Like I said, I got membership badges, and the link to that is in the description. But I'm not of that thinking. But I am of the thinking, if I'm the Warriors and I got Steph Curry after this extension for 3 years now, I know I could go out in the trade market and get more assets for Steph Curry as opposed to the assets I would get with 2 years on Steph Curry's contract. And I don't think the Warriors plan on paying Steph Curry. I don't think the Warriors plan on paying Steph Curry $62.6 million in the year 2027. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. Regardless of everything Steph Curry has done for that franchise, I don't see them paying Steph Curry $62.6 million in the year 2027, man. So to me, this move is strictly about the Warriors positioning themselves to get more assets in a trade when Steph Curry and them come together and decide it's best for Steph Curry to go elsewhere. And it's best for the Warriors to hit the red button and not teeter-totter in the middle and handicap themselves and get jump-started on a rebuild. I'm sorry. You're not going to get better through the draft with Steph Curry on your roster because he's going to want you guys to do everything that you can so he can compete for a title. You're not going to get high draft picks when Steph Curry's going to want you to trade those assets to improve the current team that he's on so that he can compete for NBA championships. So you're going to be in basketball purgatory. The weirdest place as a franchise you want to find yourself. You're not good enough to compete for a title, and you're not bad enough to get high draft picks. So I'm not looking at this like, oh, this guarantees Steph Curry to retire as a Warrior. I'm looking at this as this almost guarantees Steph Curry's going to be traded. That's how I'm seeing this thing. Shout out to my guy Kevin Paul down in the chat with a $5 super chat. He says the Lakers better trade the kitchen and the sink to get him every player on the chopping block. If I'm any team in the NBA, I'm calling the Warriors. I'm calling the Warriors. If I'm any team in the NBA, I'm talking to Steph Curry's agent on the low. And I'm saying, hey, man, why don't you go check on Steph Curry's temperature? The Warriors are not getting better anytime soon. They don't have the assets to get better anytime soon because they've shown that they're not willing to part with a Brandon Podziemski. They haven't been willing to part with a Jonathan Kuminga. Draymond is steady declining. Your offseason consisted of Buddy Hield, DeAnthony Melton, Kyle Anderson. This team is not built. This team is not set up. This team is not on a direction to compete for titles, man. And if you think so, you fooling yourself. If you think so, you're fooling yourself. Honestly, I don't think Steph Curry says the things he said this offseason. I don't think Steph Curry takes the Warriors out of his bio all as a bargaining chip for a one-year deal. He's Steph Curry. That don't make no sense at all. I'm sorry, but that doesn't make any sense to me at all. That Steph Curry did all this stuff, said all this stuff this summer for a one-year contract. I'm not buying it at all, man. I'm not buying it at all, man. I'm not buying it at all. And if you're a Warriors fan and you believe that, I would say take your receipt back to wherever you bought that from and tell them folks to keep the change.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Salute to my guy, Ty Austin in the building. Wa alaikum wassalam, brother. I see you down there, man. Salute to my guy, Renegade 504 in the building, man. Co-host on In the Zone podcast with me every Tuesdays, 3:30 p.m. on FYF Sports Debate, man. Make sure y'all check out his channel too, man. Steve Kerr doesn't have a long future at the Warriors bench. So to me, all signs are pointing to Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors eventually parting ways, and pretty much sooner rather than later. For real. For real. Steph Curry's not going to go out like a Kobe Bryant and be on a team that's a 23-win team, a 27-win team. Not while he still got some juice in those legs, pause, no diddy. Not while he still got a flamethrower in that arm. Not while he's still playing the way we just seen him play against Serbia. Not while he's still playing the same way we seen him play against France. He's not going to be a lame duck superstar all because he wants a title that says you played for one team your entire career. The run is over. The dynasty was over. It got ended in 2022, 2023, when the Warriors got eliminated by the Lakers a couple of seasons ago, that was the nail in the coffin for that generation. You had Bob Myers walk out that door. You had Andre Iguodala retire. That was the end. Clay was never the same. You guys ran him out of town. Draymond has a receding hairline and his beard is fully gray. He's been drastically declining. Andrew Wiggins is a mess. Jordan Poole got punched and thrown out the door. Steph Curry looks around the NBA and he could see the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. This is a franchise. Forget the team. I'm talking about from ownership on down that used to compete for championships. They know what it looks like when you're competing for a championship. They know the moves you're making when you're competing for a championship. Don't tell me Joe Lacob is looking at this team and he sees that this team could still win a championship. Don't tell me that Mike Dunleavy Jr. is looking at this team and can see this team winning a championship. Hell, don't tell me Draymond Green looks at this team and sees this team winning a championship. Steph Curry's not getting any younger. And for the first time in his career, we've seen Steph Curry speak out this summer. We've seen Steph Curry say, I'm not going to be here if we're just losing because I want to retire in one jersey. We've seen him take the Warriors out of his bio. And if you guys think he did all of that just to get a one-year extension, you guys are kidding yourself, man. You guys are kidding yourself, man. Smash that like button and share the video. I'm about to drop the link, see if I can get a couple of you guys up here and get y'all's thoughts on this, man. Once again, if you want to donate to the channel, the link to that is in the chat and in the description. Also, if you want to become an official member of the channel, the link after some news like this, if you're any type of capable GM, any type of good president of a team, you got to be calling the Golden State Warriors. You got to be checking the temperature. You got to be trying to talk to Steph Curry's agent. You got to check the temperature. You got to see what's going on. You got to see how Steph Curry really feels. Because to me, all the signs are there, man. And when you're a team not willing to go in, not willing to go all the way in, like the Warriors shown this summer, they weren't willing to part ways with a Brandon Podziemski, that also sends a message to Steph Curry. They had a chance to get Paul George. It didn't work out. They had a chance to get Lauri Markkanen. It didn't work out. And if I'm Mike Dunleavy Jr., if I'm that Warriors front office, what's the holdup? See what you could get for a Draymond Green. See what you could get for a Steph Curry. You got Podziemski, you got Kuminga. See if you could get some more young pieces. Andrew Wiggins, his stock is as low as it's ever been right now. That's probably why he's still in a Warriors jersey. Once again, man, drop the link for you guys. Feel free to come up here. Let me know. Let me know what your guys' thoughts is on this. Of course, once again, Adrian Wojnarowski, ESPN, broke the news that the Warriors and Steph Curry have agreed to a 1-year contract extension worth $62.6 million that'll keep them in the Golden State Warriors or keep them under contract until the 26-27 season. And even if you're Steph Curry, right, you're going into this season knowing you have no shot for an NBA title. None. Not even a chance. You already know that. You know that. You know what's out there. You see what's going on with Boston. You see what's going on with New York. You see what's going on with Philly on the East. You're looking at the Western Conference. Where do you finish this season? Where do you finish this season? The Oklahoma City Thunder finished first in the West. They got better this summer. They've added Alex Caruso. Minnesota's still going to be there. Denver's still going to be in the mix. The Dallas Mavericks, who went to the finals, are still going to be in the mix. The Sacramento Kings have gotten better. The Pelicans have gotten better. The Clippers will still be in the mix, even though they've lost Paul George. They'll still be in the mix. They're going to be a playoff team or a play-in team. One of the two. The Lakers are still going to be in the mix. Playoff team, play-in team. So when you're looking at those 10 spots in the Western Conference, and you're looking at those top 6 seeds, you know the Warriors not going to land there. And then when you look at 7, 8, 9, and 10, where do the Warriors shape up against the teams that'll be in those spots? You can't tell me the Warriors are a playoff or a play-in team. You can't tell me that. And that's the reason why Bob Myers walked out of that building. That is the reason why Bob Myers gracefully bowed out. He didn't want to be the one to trade a Draymond. He didn't want to be the one to tell a Klay Thompson, your services are no longer needed. He didn't want to be the one faced with the reality that I may have to move Steph Curry. So he gracefully bowed out. Steve Kerr is setting himself up to gracefully bow out. And at some point, right, you got to remove the emotional attachment. You got to remove the emotional attachment to that dynasty era in Golden State. And you got to look at it with realistic eyes. You got to look at it with realistic eyes. And Carrito, I see you down there. You say the owner wants at least one more year with Curry, but Dunleavy Jr. been wanting to move on since last season. That may be the case. That may be the case. Because like I said, there's some emotions involved. And granted, of course, there's going to be some emotions involved when you've won 4 championships together. But you got to be able to take the emotion out of it. And you got to look at what's best for you as a team first. And you got to look at what's best for the player. But this summer and this past season, to me, has already shown Steph Curry that the grass may be greener on the other side of the fence. Klay Thompson walked out that door again, like I said earlier, for free. No assets in return. You didn't want to trade a Brandon Podziemski to get a Lauri Markkanen. You negotiated with Paul George. Things fell through from the Clippers side. Trading Jordan Poole for Chris Paul was a bad move. So the writing's been on the wall. The writing's been on the wall. And the ownership deserves some blame. The front office deserves some blame. And Steve Kerr deserves some blame. They really do. You didn't give Kuminga a real chance of blossoming until last season where he wanted out. Moses Moody hasn't become what you guys thought that he would become. The James Wiseman pick was horrendous for you guys. And I honestly feel like the last championship that they won jaded their vision. That last championship that they won jaded their vision. And it allowed them to hang on for too long. It allowed them to hang on for too long, man. And to be honest, Draymond Green should have been the one that got traded and not Jordan Poole. But emotionally, the organization was attached to Draymond Green. The same way emotionally, the organization is hanging on to Steph Curry right now. When it's clear it's in their best interest and the best interest of Steph Curry if they both explore a trade. And I know how ownership is looking at this. They want Steph to be in one jersey. They want to be able to milk money-wise, marketing-wise, ticket sale-wise, jersey sale-wise. They are wanting to milk the end of Steph Curry. But if Steph Curry wants to still win championships, and that's not the goal of the organization, and it's clear based on their moves, that is not the goal of the organization, then it's time to do what's best for Steph Curry, and it's time to do what's best for the Golden State Warriors. And like I said, if I'm these other 29 teams, if I'm a OKC, if I'm a New York Knicks, if I'm a Denver Nuggets, if I'm the Lakers, if I'm the Spurs, if I'm a team like that, I'm contacting the Warriors. I'm trying to contact Steph Curry's agent. And I'm talking to them, and I'm saying, hey, I know Steph still wants to win. I know Steph still has a burning desire to compete for championships. We've seen what he just did at the Olympics. We want Steph Curry. We want the end of Steph Curry. We want the end of the Steph Curry, end of his career, end of his NBA career. We want the next 3 years of Steph Curry. And we feel like with Steph Curry for the next 3 years, we can at least win one title. If you're a team like that, you're contacting Steph Curry's agent. You're contacting the Golden State Warriors, man. You got to, man. You got to, man. But I'm about to slide up out of here for now, man. When more news comes out about this Steph Curry situation, I'll keep you guys posted, man. But appreciate you guys tuning in. This stream is not going to be too long. I probably will be back later. Make sure you guys have your notifications turned on. Also, once again, if you want to donate to the channel, super chats are always welcome. The link to the Cash App is on your screen and in the description. Also, if you want to be a member of the channel, an official member of the channel, the link to that is in the description as well. Follow me on all social media accounts, man. I'm not one of these stingy content creators. I follow everybody back, man. Hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on TikTok, Instagram, you name it. I'm on there. Come rock with you. Come rock with your boy. Also, I made a new Patreon channel. We're going to be doing all our exclusive stuff over there on Patreon. So make sure you guys subscribe to the kid on Patreon. I'm about to slide up out of here, man. Once again, salute to the chat. Salute to the chat. I got the realest chat on YouTube. You guys know how I feel about y'all. It ain't many of us, but less is more. So there's plenty of us, man. Salute to everybody. If you tuned in, like the stream, share the stream, watch the stream. I appreciate all the support, man. I'm about to slide up out of here for now. But before I do, as always, I'm going to let the outro sing.
I am number one, not number two. If I'm not the one, I'm uncomfortable. See the competition I've been running through. Leveled up, I only see him in my rear view. Switch. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Been ballin'. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Been ballin'. I'm winning, get buckets from the court side to the nosebleeds. Yeah, they love it. I'm winning, get buckets on the first in and the last out, see me coming. First take, I'm hotter than hot. Hotter than some boiling water, I bubble the pot. Team full of ballers, baby, we winning a lot. I'm like Curry with the rock when I get to my spot. I'm tapping in, I'm passionate, this is what passion is. This here, nah, this is no accident. From the start to the finish, I'm cashing in. I am number one, not number two. If I'm not the one, I'm uncomfortable. See the competition I've been running through. Leveled up, I only see him in my rear view. Switch. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Been ballin'. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Been ballin'. I'm winning, get buckets from the court side to the nosebleeds. Yeah, they love it. I'm winning, get buckets on the first in and the last out, see me coming. Been poppin', Sports Center from a little I was watching. Spin a bag like I'm Rafa, call that top spin. How could I not win? This is top 10. From the bottom, gotta sip out of top wins. I sit back, reflect, and do it again. Hardest milli is the first, now we got 10. Talking 10, 10, 10, 10 times 10 and again. I am number one, not number two. If I'm not the one, I'm uncomfortable. See the competition I've been running through. Leveled up, I only see him in my rear view. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Been ballin'. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Been ballin'. I'm winning, get buckets from the court side to the nosebleeds. Yeah, they love it. I'm winning, get buckets from the first in and the last out, see me coming.
Once again, family, you already know it's your boy Moose Talks Hoops. Like I always say, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit the like button. You already know. It's a lot of things in this world that cause for hitting the like button ain't one of them.